Hello friends, good morning. I am Nidhi and today we are going to discuss about the classification of accounts. And this will be done according to the modern approach. In the earlier video, what we have done was the classification according to a traditional approach, and in that video we have done about the personal account, real account, nominal account. Along with that, we were also studying about the golden rules of accounting and how we can debit and credit the items according to that. Okay, then according to modern approach, we can categorize our accounts into 5 different heads, and that is the assets, liabilities, capital, expense and revenue. The definition of all these we have done in the last videos, and I will share the link in the description there. So we have discussed about all this, and now we are just going to see that what will be the effect of increase or decrease. If there is an increase in the asset, then what will happen, whether it will be debited or credited. If there is an increase in our liabilities, then what will happen. This all we are going to discuss here. So whatever the account that we are making, we have two sides in this. One is the debit side and one is the credit side. Okay, so whatever the transactions we have to do in that, and two things can happen. It may happen that because of the transaction the account is increased or the account is decreased. Okay, so what we have to do, in which case you have to debit it, in which case you have to credit it, that we are going to learn here. So in the case of asset, if there is an increase in the asset, then you are going to debit it, and if there is a decrease in the asset, then you are going to credit it. Suppose you are purchasing a furniture for rupees 2000. So what is happening here? Furniture is an asset and that is increasing. The furniture amount is increasing. So we will debit the furniture account by rupees 2000. On the similar hand, what is happening, because we have purchased the furniture in cash, we have paid it in cash. So the cash is also an asset, and because the cash is decreased, the amount is decreased of cash, so we are going to credit it. Okay. Similarly, if you take the case of liabilities, what are the liabilities? The amount that we owe to the outsiders. So in the case of liabilities, if there is a debit, if there is a decrease in the liabilities, we are going to debit it, and if there is an increase in the liability, we are going to credit it. Suppose you are purchasing goods on credit. Okay, so when you purchase the goods are coming to you, when the asset is increasing, but the creditor's amount is increasing. So in that case, you are going to credit it. Then we are taking the expenses. In the case of expenses, if there is an increase in the expenses, then we have to debit it, and if there is a decrease in the expenses, then we have to credit it. We can take an example. Suppose you are paying the salary. So paying the salary is an expense for us. So if you are paying more salary, means if you are paying the salary, then because there is an increase in the expenses, so we'll have to debit that account, debit the expenses account. Okay, and because we may be paying it in cash or through bank, so whatever you are paying, because bank or cash is an asset for us, and because it is getting decreased, so in that case we'll have to credit that. Capital. What is capital? Capital is the amount that the owner invests in the proprietor investing it in the business. So when the capital is increasing, we are creating it, and when it is decreasing, we are debiting it. In the starting, when the owner is investing the amount by some starting the business by some amount, so we are in the earlier also we are just creating the capital, we are writing it in the balance sheet as a credit item. Then we have the revenue. Revenue is the amount that we are gaining. It's mainly, we can say, the profits made by the company in whatever the transactions it is doing. It's just the opposite of expenses account. Okay, so if you are getting more revenue, then if there is an increase in the revenue, then you have to create it, and if there is a decrease in the revenue, okay, then you will have to debit the item. Okay, so here we had 5 main heads. One was asset, then liabilities, then expenses, then capital and revenue. Out of these, the same rule that we're applying is in the case of assets and expenses. In both these cases, in the case of increase, we have to debit the asset and expenses account, and in the case of decrease, we have to credit it. Okay, in the other three cases, in liabilities, capital, and revenue, the thing is that when you are decreasing, when the amount is decreasing of liabilities, capital, and revenue, we have to debit it, and when there is an increase in all these three items, we have to credit it. Okay. Okay, then here we are going to do some questions, and in these questions we will classify our accounts as in the traditional approach that we have done in the earlier video. We are going to classify it according to means whether it is a personal account, whether it's a real account, or whether it's a nominal account. Okay, just we can make a recall of it. Real accounts are all the assets. We have all the assets in our real account. In our personal account, all those things which are related to persons, they will be as the personal account, and nominal account we have all the expenses and losses. So let's see that in which category we can categorize all these heads. Land and building, because it is an asset, so we can categorize it as a real account. This one would be a real account. Now the custom duty, it is a tax that we have to pay on the goods that we are purchasing from the other countries, from the imports and the exports. Okay, so because this is an expense, all the taxes would be coming under the expenses. So because the expenses is coming in the nominal account, so this one custom duty would also be a nominal account. Okay. Now the third is our creditors. Creditors of course is related to some person. Some person might be our creditor or debtor. So creditor would be a personal account. Okay. Now the capital because it is invested by someone, and the proprietor is of course a person. So capital is also a personal account. The golden rules of accounting that we can use in this one would be according to the head that we are categorizing it. So first we need to categorize it. So whether it's a personal account, real account, or nominal account, then only we can follow the rules. Now the motor vehicles, again this is an asset. Okay, so this would be coming under the real account. Now we have the goodwill. Goodwill, we have read earlier that it is under the head of intangible asset. Again this is a real account. Now the investment is also an asset, so this is also a real account. Then we have the salary is an expense, and expense comes under the head of nominal account, so salary would be a nominal account. Okay. Then we have the debtors. Earlier we have the creditors, now we have the debtors. So debtors also is a personal account. Now we have bad debts. Bad debts are the amount that we are not able to recover it from the debtors. So again, because it is related to debtors only, so bad debts also would be a personal account. Then we have the depreciation, and the depreciation, what is that? Let's see it first. Depreciation is the fall in the value of the asset which occurs due to the time. Means with time all the asset that we are purchasing, it gets old, the value decreases. So that decrease in the value we are calculating according to some methods, and that is known as depreciation. Because depreciation is also an expense, so this will also be a nominal account. Now we have the wages. So wages also is a nominal account. Then after wages we have the repair expenses also expense, so again nominal. Then we have a remains a debtor. Suppose it's written only debtor or by the name we are taking, in any case because a debtor, it will be coming under the head of nominal account. Then we have interest received. Interest received is a revenue for us. So all the expenses, all the income and gains are coming under the head of nominal account. So again this also would be a nominal account. Okay. Now let's see. We have now bank overdraft. Bank overdraft is the excess amount that we are withdrawing it from the bank. Okay, so bank overdraft would be a personal account. Then we have the purchase returns. Because earlier we have purchases, so purchase is coming under the nominal account, is an expense for us. So purchase return will again be a nominal account. Then we have the drawings. Drawings is the amount that is withdrawn by the proprietor from the business. So because capital is also a personal account, so drawings would be also treated as a personal account. Now then we have freight account. Freight is also the amount that we're paying for transportation, etc. So again it's a nominal account. And then you have the returns inward. What is returns? What is sales return? Means you have sold your goods, and after that they return for the goods sold, then that will be also a nominal account. Okay. Now one more question we have is here we have to classify the accounts into the 5 heads that we have done today: assets, liabilities, capital, expense and revenue. So let's see. Plant and machinery. Plant and machinery will be asset. Okay. Then we have the bank loan. Bank loan would be treated as a liability. It would be coming under the head of liability. Then sales would be coming under the head of revenue, because we are going to earn revenue from it. Then we have the rent. Rent is simply written, so rent we will treat as rent paid. So rent paid would be a rent paid would be expense account. Now discount received, this is a profit for us, right? This is a revenue because we are receiving the thing, so this would be a revenue. Then we have carriage inward, this is an expense for us. Then purchase, again an expense. Then we have the bills payable, bills that we have to pay, it's a liability. Then we have wages, so wages also would be an expense. Then we have the advance income. It means the income that we already received in advance. So this would be coming under the head of liability, because we have received the income in advance, so it's our liability now to pay this do the service on time. Okay, so advance income is a liability. Now goodwill, of course, is an asset. We have done it many times. Now the furniture and fixture, of course it's an asset. Outstanding expense, the expenses that you had to pay that were due on you but you didn't pay it on time. Outstanding expenses, it's a liability because we need to pay it. Now the capital would be coming under the capital account. Okay. Now the third question that we have is, on which side the increase in the following accounts will be recorded. It means first we have to see that whether it's coming under which of the heads: assets, liabilities, capital, expenses or revenue. And then we have to just follow the rules that we have done in the starting, that whether it's debit, then means whether it's increasing, then what we have to do, debit or credit. So let's see. Furniture is an asset account, so we can write here first is an asset. So in the case of asset, if we see, then the rule that we have is if the asset is increased, then we debit it, and if it's a decrease, then we credit it. So in the question we have to record for the increase, so what we will do, it will be debited here. Okay. Now Mohan the proprietor, so it means it's a capital account, and capital account, just see here for the capital, if the amount is being increased, then we credit it. So here what will we write here? First we write that it is coming under the head of capital account, and then we have to write it okay, it will be credited. Okay. Now the third is salary account. Salary account would be coming under the head of expenses. So in the case of expenses, if there is an increase, we have to debit it. So what will happen? You write here first expenses, and then according to the rule we have to debit it. Now purchases account, again it's an expense, and increase in expenses will be recorded in the debit side. For the sales account, this is a revenue. So just see for the revenue thing. In the revenue thing, if there is an increase, we have to credit it. Okay. So sales account is coming under the head of revenue, and if we are increasing it, we have to credit it. Now we have interest paid account. Of course, it would be an expense, and the increase would be going in the debit. Then we have a creditor account, means it's a liability for us. And for the liability, what happens? Let's see. In counter rule, for the liability we have increase credit side. So we are going to credit here. And Ram debtor. Debtor account, of course, is an asset, and for the increase in asset we have to debit it. So here we have done the rules according to which we have to do, and in the next video we will be doing about the journal topic. In that we have to make the journal entries for all the transactions that we have is okay. So if you have watched the full video and able to understand the whole things, please make sure to like and subscribe the channel. Okay, thanks a lot.